Guys, Riz here, going to use another Metro Exits achievement guide. We are going to be going for 3 achievements in one go. This is a 100% collectible guide, collectible video for everything, all the way from RTM's collectibles for his suit upgrades, for the Dress for Success achievement, for also finding all the upgrades for RTM's suit, 12 of those. We are going to be getting the Librarian achievement for finding all hidden diary pages, which is actually 71, all old world pictures, which is be all postcards, so I'll point one of those. I have the totals on the beginning here. So there's the first one at the beginning, not too long after you get attacked. Just head on the corner of the right and grab that. After some short cutscenes, you'll be brought back to your little home. Once you wake up, just go ahead and look over the table after you get checked out. It is right there. And I say that there is 71 pages because it's actually miscounted, and there is an extra one in Dead City, so I've already added that into the total. So there's 104 collectibles total. Your first postcard will be right after that, by the way. It's kind of walking to this side room over here. I'm trying to talk about a few different things here, like the glitchy diary, so there's that to start with. And like I said, I'm putting all of the upgrades in my video, so make it easy, guys. And postcard 2 will be after another short little section of cutscenes. You'll be brought to this open area here. Once you can hop over here, finally. Once you get into this area with Anna, you'll be exploring around, and you can't get by her, it seems like, on these stairs. But once you come down these stairs with Anna, let's head into this room over here and head into the right. The postcard straight over here by the window seal. So make sure you look over here by the window, grab that postcard. Your next diary is just in the other room right next to you. So just turn around and head to that room over here to the right, and that diary is right there on top of that table. Heading on a little bit further, you'll be sliding down that, coming down here in the same Moscow area with Anna. You'll be coming down this area and you'll be attacked by a bunch of mutants, so be careful for that. The shopping list is all the way to the right, up by here by these, we're going to be going down to the next area by this body. Make sure to grab that on the body, and make sure to take these out first, unless you want to do like I did, just kind of rushing purposes to grab it. So when you take out all those guys, you'll be progressing a little bit further yet. You'll be heading down these escalators. So head down these. This is where you're going to go naturally anyway. Head down these and go into the bus and look to your right, and it's right there in the seat. Going on a little bit further is after you get into a van and you get kicked out, you will be coming to this crawl space, and you'll be critical, so you'll be grabbing this med kit here. So make sure you grab that, which is automatically going to be happening anyway. You won't want to pop one though, just because you are pretty critical. Just follow the path straight ahead here by this stump thing. Just make sure you look down by there on the ground, and by that body is the crumpled letter. Moving yet further ahead, another segment with Anna here, you'll be seeing this cutscene where you go back to find her. You will find this note behind this guy. Make sure you don't miss this one. It's highly missable because it's right behind the guy and it's kind of hard to see. So make sure you grab that before you leave that room with that guy. Moving on a little bit later on in the Moscow mission, you'll be coming across, possibly you first have to patch your mask for a little tutorial if you do get damaged enough. And then after that, you'll be heading to this room. The memo is right here on this desk inside this door. This is where we're going to progress anyway, so make sure you grab this on the desk. A little bit later on, you'll be on a train. So it's pretty noticeable when you're on a train. This is the first time you actually come into the rooms where there's guys. You'll be going to that window where I just came from behind me. That was directly behind where I started this area at. You're coming in this left room, and there's one right here. And there's also another one yet later on. You'll be going in between train cars. So once you come to this train car, you'll be fighting a bunch of enemies through here. I've already taken them all out. You'll see that big ass gun in the window there. Just come on back behind this, and it's right here in the box, the right hand side on this train car. So we are done with Moscow. We are heading into winter. So after all the talking is done, and Anna's down here talking to him, you have to go down those stairs, and you see on the box right there. But you can't even grab it until she moves, so just remember not to interact with that map, otherwise you will be missing the collectible and heading on to the next map. So make sure you grab that collectible down there in the box before you do so. This is also where I got my diary achievement for after we going back through the game. I skipped the first few areas, so. Alright, we are in Volga now. Now I'm going to go in these open world areas. I'm going to be going through these in order from top down, left to right. So also mostly story related in orders, that way areas you can be accessible to. I recommend just getting the postcard 3 after you talk to them up there. You'll be heading down and around here. This is probably one of the quicker paths I found. I just kind of showed you where you'd be coming from through the window or the door. So you head down this path, down these stairs, turn through these doorways, head up this ladder, and you'll find your postcard right here. So if you don't grab this now, it will be missable because you cannot come back to this area once you leave it. So keep that in mind and make sure you grab this when you're here. And this is where I got my postcard achievement for backtracking to the beginning of the game, because I ended up skipping the first 2 chapters for collectibles. So we are going to be heading down south. I'm going to show you the first upgrade that you're going to be able to get for Artyom. It's the compass. So like I said, I'm going to be working my way from top down and then left to right in that order. I figured that'd be the most reasonable way to find these things for you guys in the most, chronological order of being able not to backtrack so much, and so to speak, So you'll come across this plane that's up here on this map where I showed you at. Make sure you head inside the plane and go into the cockpit for the compass. Just a little bit further south, you'll find a log for a diary. It is on this little area where there's a guy and a bunch of the shrimp that are dead around him. So right here, there's a diary on this mattress with this guy. I was going to say mat, but it's a mattress. Looks like a mattress. And this guy right here, so make sure you check that out right there. Just a little further down south yet, we're going to find another note. Now, you won't be able to come into here until you have this little mission where you have to find Anna and you have to jump down the hole. And once you jump down the hole, you'd be going through all of this to be able to get her out of here. And I just showed you after the fact where it's at. You can grab this when you're still during the mission, but I just came back after the mission's over. So to keep that in mind, you might not be able to do this right away, not until you can at least find that mission for her, and then you'll be able to jump down the hole and find this. A little bit down south, further south yet, is another note. Now keep in mind, there's a lot of the same collectible names in the game, and you have to grab them all. They aren't the same thing. They're all separate achievements, excuse me. They're all separate collectibles in their own right. There's just a lot of repeated names, so this is another part of the game where you'll be coming through this mission with Anna and exploring this building for part of the story. So once you come out this building, you can also go out with this right path over here, or this door, and there's a set of stairs that go into the basement, so to speak, of this area. So make sure you head on out that building and where I did, and out that door, and you'll see a train out here next to me as well for extra reference guide. Just make sure you head down these stairs, open this door up. There will be a mutant in here, so take him out and head onto the back room, the very back room where he's just right there. And the collectible is in that storage shelf. Heading down further south yet, postcard number 4. Now, both these collectibles for the suit, or should I say all of them, are only going to be in the Volga and the Caspian areas, so keep that in mind. You'll eventually be progressing through the campaign, and you'll get on top of this crane. This is story related, so you can be coming by this area. Just make sure you grab the postcard before you head on down that zip line to the left out that door. Postcards right here on this door frame by the window, so make sure you grab that before you leave, otherwise you have to come back up here and grab it later. Now we are going to be working on the top of the map here. There's also 2 in this container. You got a workbook and an upgrade in here. So like I said, I'm moving top, down, left to right. So I went from top down, now I'm in the middle, top of the map. So I'm going to work my way across this rest of this little island, if you want to call it this little segment island in here. So I'm going to be moving further to the right of the map here. So this is going to be in one of these little camps. There's several things you're going to be grabbing here, and I've already taken all the enemies. There will be a decent amount of enemies in here, but this is the direct path you're probably going to be taking when you first come inside of the building, because all other ways are locked until you unlock them from the inside. But the letter is just right over here. Seemed to have had a hard time finding anything for a second here. Kind of looked around for a minute or two before I actually realized that I was by it in the first place. It's right here, just to the right of where I'm looking on the table. So once you grab that letter, you have another collectible just to the right over here. Just look up. And then down over here to the right is the door also that you can go back outside. But before you do, there is an ammo pouch over here. So grab that ammo pouch, and also must show you the key to get the night vision goggles, which is an extra thing for an achievement, but I figured I'd show it. It isn't really part of an achievement for the collectibles for our team's upgrades. But also keep this in mind, to get these night vision goggles, you have to take out everybody in this room. There's a dog where I was just standing over here, and a guy that was behind me. For some reason they weren't even alarmed when I was shooting everybody out. For some reason they were sleeping, so make sure you take them out if they're still sleeping for you. Otherwise the guards won't start screaming, help me, let me out, and then you cannot get the key until everyone is taken out. So keep that in mind, take everybody out, head on over here, let these guys out, and you'll get the key for the night vision goggles in the room for the terminal, and I'll be showing you that later in the video as well. Since I got a few extra seconds to talk here, I thought I'd just keep mentioning that, like I said, I'll be working to the right of this little section of this extra island, if you want to call it. It's like a giant island section. I would recommend keeping on this little area first before you end up having to go back and forth to the little ones with all the little boats and boat scenarios. Though it's going to be a pain in the ass. So I'll be showing that later on too as well. They are definitely a pain in the butt. Alright, we're going to just head up north a little bit. Get postcard number 5. There's also 2 collectibles in this little safe house as well. So once you find this safe house by this bridge, come on inside. The postcard's right here on the machine, and the diary is just to your left there on the shelf. Now try to, for most of these collectibles, try to show you on the map exactly where I'm at, and try to look around for a few seconds so you can get kind of a surrounding area of, wow, what the hell, look at that bucket of where I'm at, so you get a better understanding. Alright, we're going to head down south a little bit. This is right in front of the gas station. So go ahead and grab this before you head down to the gas station. There is an envelope right here inside this van. So go ahead and head over to the gas station, because that's where I'm going to be heading next. You're going to have 2 more collectibles over here as well. You're going to have another diary page and another weapon upgrade. So just go ahead and head on over here to the gas station. And the diary is, you can go into the back room first and then grab the upgrade and then unlock the door to grab the diary, but I just decided to come back and grab the diary first. Diary is right here. Now I'm just going to turn back around since this is locked. You can't do anything about that, so you got to go around the back side. So go around the back way, and the upgrade is inside. Now smash that lock and come on inside here, and there is your upgrade. Alright, for this next collectible, you're going to head up here. There's a boat here next to the safe house to get to this island that I'm going to. I'm showing you here. I hope this isn't going to be messing with your guys' watching quality. I did speed it up, and hopefully it shouldn't be too fast for you guys to watch, because I was trying to shorten this up a bit, because these parts are a real pain in the butt. Like I was saying about earlier, these boat parts, you gotta get this island. So these shrimp are just relentless and will continuously get on your boat, and you won't be able to get very far. Just keep taking them out. They will eventually stop coming, and you can get to where you need to go. It's just a real annoyance. I thought that this is probably one of the more annoying things in the game itself, but beyond that, the game is great. So just make sure you get this boat where I was showing you at on the safe house and heading down to this island. It's basically the biggest island that's right south of this main land that was to my right here. I'll be showing the map a couple more times so you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to it right now. So it's straight right here. It's like this little extra island that's right next to this mainland to your right. Hopefully I didn't show the map for I didn't show it long enough probably, but I was fast forwarding this entire segment. But the diary's right here in this little wood pile. The try to slow this beginning down here a second. The battery charge controller also is an island that's like a little southeast of where we were. So another boat segment. So grab a boat if you don't have one already. Use that same boat and head to this island. This one's a little bit bigger. It's got a little house on it and a generator. So I'm going to be showing you this to figure this out. This is where I'm at on this big island. The other one was a little bit more north. So you're going to need to be grabbing this gas canister to do all this stuff. This is an upgrade, by the way, for your battery charger. So you're going to do all of this to get inside here. So make sure you grab that gas canister, turn that on, head on inside. You'll be flipping another switch. You'll go through this door. You'll be heading to the right and upstairs, top of the roof, drop down through this hole, hit this power over here to turn everything on. So make sure you turn on the power here. Go back through this door behind you, unlock it, head back to the left and around the room you just started in, and head into this room that was originally locked. Flip the switch, head into the room, turn right, turn this on to fry this dead body, so that way it'll explode and you can re-releasing your battery charge controller. Alright, another little area here is another little island. So this is the third island you had to get to with the boat. So with this one, I'm not going to be fast forwarding it. I just showed you where I'm at on the island. You're heading to this house all the way in and turn to the left. Once you get this open area, turn to the left again to head in this room. Look to your left once you get inside, and the collectible is in this back room. So head straight and turn left, and it is in here. Alright, we are on the other main island part now with the reinforced helmet. Now, I didn't record grabbing this because I grabbed it and that wasn't recording. I thought I was recording, so keep that in mind. It is where I'm showing you. I promise you that. I just didn't get it recorded. So in this area is another little bandit camp. So right here is the helmet right on that little wood plank. So right there is your another upgrade. I promise you it is there. I just did not get it captured. Alright, so we are yet heading down a little bit further south. You don't need a boat to get this area. You can just walk to it. But there's also a couple things here to grab as well. You'll be coming down here if you do that side quest for the teddy bear achievement also as well up ahead of me. So when you come into here, there is a collectible on the bookshelf here. And there's also a metal detector to your left for another upgrade. So make sure you look to your left and grab that before you leave the room. Alright, we are just going to keep heading on to the right hand of the map. We're just keep heading east. So you come in this area, it looks like one of the train yards. You make sure you just climb on top of these boxes and just follow this path all the way up, and you'll find this little sniper nest with the little diary next to the guy. Make sure you don't do that, by the way. It seems like the jumping is a little bit finicky in these games, like always. But nothing to worry about. So just follow this path. Head all the way over here. Stick to the right hand side. Eventually come to a ladder. Climb up the ladder, and there will be the guy with your collectible and some nice little attachments on his gun, so make sure you pick that up as well. Alright, heading to the postcard. It's a little bit more north now. We're just going to creep our way up to the terminal, up to our objectives. So there is a little hut over here for another little safe house. Make sure you enter the safe house. And the postcard is literally right in your face once you enter. Alright, now this is where you get the night vision goggles. Once you reach the terminal and get inside, you will be going through this little pathway, and you'll come to this spot right here. You'll climb up to either catwalk, and you'll see the door that's where I'm going through that was previously locked. Use the key on this door where I'm at in the terminal. And once you walk into this room, the night vision goggles will be right here on the table to your right. You can also enter this room from behind me after you finish this entire area too, I'm pretty sure. Alright, the ledger. Once you reach the end of this area, the very end where you have to release your little trolley here, what I'm looking at, and the door to your left over there is where you need to open the door to leave with it. Before you do that, there is a room over here to the right and with a diary on this chair. Postcard 7, you cannot get to this area until you've completed all the rest of the missions. You'll be coming to this. This is part of your story. And once you reach this part, make sure you just head on to the right, break the lock, open up the door, and head on all the way to the back. Follow the path all the way in the back, and you will eventually get your collectible. Not that way. I'm a little bit lost, seems like. And this room here, and all the way to the back over here to the left. You just gotta follow the path. I'm kind of alarmed by that guy. Right there on the wall by the fireplace is your postcard, and that is the end of the Volga ones. So we'll be moving on to spring here. There's only one collectible per each little train intervention mission, because every time you go to a mission, you come back to the train, and there's always one collectible. Make sure you come out the door right after you wake up and grab that letter right there in the bed before you head on to the next mission. Alright, we are heading into Yamantau. So once you get all your gear back and your guns, you'll be heading to this area, and they'll be leaving you behind. You'll be separated for a little bit to find Anna, so make sure you grab that on that table next to the phone. Moving on a little bit further, you'll be coming into this section where there's these freezers, and once you pass the freezers, you'll be squeezing through this little gate area. Make sure you're coming through here and turn this power on. It's been reported that the second collectible in this area seems to be a little bit glitchy and doesn't appear until you turn the power on, so make sure you do that. Head on through here, crawl under. This area is optional, so make sure you do this. This isn't the right path you need to make, so make sure you come through here. Postcards right here on this target board. Make sure you grab that, and after you grab that, just turn to your left. And once you turn to your left, there is a diary right here, right to your left on top of that box. Alright, moving on a little bit further ahead, you'll be coming down this long hallway, and once you reach this long hallway, you can either take the path up to the right or follow the path I'm taking here. You can make a little bit different choices. Just come on through here and up to the right, and there's a couple guys over through here, so just make your way past these guys, and then this left little hut room, and the collectible is right here on top of this box. Alright, the first officer's diary you'll get later on. You come to this room here with this minigun guy you'd have to fight, so make sure you take him out and head into this room to the right here next to room 3 after this minigun fight, and the diary's in this room right here on top of this table next to an axe. After that, you'll come back to another room. I wouldn't say come back, but get to another room with you'll find Anna. And once you find Anna, make sure you grab this postcard on this wall before leaving the doorway to my right. And then after that, just head on down this long hallway, and the diary is right here on top of this barrel before you head into the elevator. So grab that before you go in the elevator. A little bit later on in the mission, you'll come to this room where you'll meet up with Miller again, and you'll be heading down here to your final area of this level. Make sure you grab the diary over here before you enter on that little elevator. So it's right over here to the left. It's kind of hard to see on top of a crate, so make sure you grab that before you leave the mission. That's end for Yamantau. Alright, on Caspian, once you start on Caspian, you'll be getting a postcard right next to where you start. It's right where your little base is at here, next to your train. Just go ahead and head into the room where your buddies are at, and turn around and look at the wall where you just entered from the doorway, and it's right there on the wall. Moving on a little bit later, after you grab the vehicle and head up north before you end up going to the lighthouse, there's some collectibles along the way you should probably grab as well. So go to this spot where I just showed you in the map. Go on inside here where I'm showing you this path. It takes a little bit to get there, so I showed you from all the way down onto the ground floor from where you can drive. Let's enter on up here to the stairs. This is your first diary, so end up coming through here, and there's a bunch of guys, and you already took them out, so you have to fight them as well, so keep that in mind. But after you grab that first diary, head up left, up this ladder. Once you make it up this ladder, you'll be going through another room around here. Just kind of look the right way here, so I'm not looking the right way apparently. Head on to this room, making it all the way into the back of this room, up some stairs. Once you get up these stairs, turn to your right and keep heading to the right all in the back, and there's a collectible right on the table over here. There's also another collectible for your motion sensor. Scan it, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you head to the left up this ladder. Head into the room right in front of you. Look to the right, and on over to the left of this table is your motion scanner. Alright, extra bright flashlight is a little bit more north as we keep progressing to our objective. You'll be coming to this little area. If you drive out these sand dunes, there's just this little boat that's just kind of all by itself out here. Just go ahead and climb on top of the boat. Keep on, be aware there's traps here. There's a trap over the camp there, and there's also explosive in here, so be careful for that. Head on through here, and you'll see the bright flashlight just basically shining you in the face. Alright, once you reach the lighthouse, basically, we're almost there. The letter to Sun is in this area where you'd be progressing through to obviously progress the campaign. You'll be coming through here with all these bodies in the ground and burnt, and you'll be having some enemies to kill. Make sure you look to your left over here on the ground. There is a diary on the ground, and you'll be progressing through that bridge area to my right. It's all story related, so you won't be missing that area. So after all that's done and said, you'll be asked to come up to her in Lighthouse. So once you are this far, you'll be coming this far. It's still related to get this far. And this path is mandatory to progress the mission. You have a postcard up here with her. So just enjoy the long little boat ride up. Once you finally reach the top, just head on over to the right, just skip on by her, and it's right here on the wall next to the window and the door frame. Alright, a little bit later in the Lighthouse mission, same little area, you'll be coming underground for what you need to retrieve. So once you head on down through this hole, you kind of see where I'm at. Just follow my path. There is a room over here to the right hand side, and you will be attacked by spiders, so keep that in mind as well. Seem to be a little lost again. It means the rooms are just really confusing. It is over here to my left and into this room over here to where I'm looking now up ahead to my right. So just be careful for these spiders. They'll be here, so make sure you take them out before you grab the collectible or just rush in here. Collectible's right here on the table. Alright, same area a little bit later on in the same mission. It's kind of hard to tell by the map, but you'll come to this area. You have to crawl through here to progress anyway, so once you crawl through this hole, there is a diary in this room, so make sure you grab it before you leave it. Let's look on in the back of the room over here on this desk, and it is right there. You'll be smashing that window to get to the next area, by the way. Same mission, it's a little bit later on. So like I said, it's hard to tell where you're at because it's all in the same spot, all clustered together. You'd be climbing through these vents, ventilation systems. Once you climb through these vents, you can turn around, head on through this to this room in here, and there is a diary on the table in here. Now the room I was just in, you gotta go back there to grab your mission objective also as well. Alright, so I'm just going to head on over here to the west side of the map before we head on down south. So if you head on to the west, after you grab your vehicle again, and you can come back over here, there is a collectible right here and underneath this umbrella on this little table. Now there's a whole bunch of guys over here at this camp, and I've already taken them all out for you, so you don't got to worry about me getting them away. So there's going to be a whole bunch of guys, just forewarning. So it's coming through here. Take everybody out. Just follow the path all the way to the back. Now once you kill the last guy, this ladder will drop, so keep that in mind. This ladder won't drop until everybody is dead, so make sure you find everybody, and if you will know or not if there's a guy hiding somewhere, but this ladder won't drop until you get the last guy. So once everyone's either surrendered, dead, or whatever have you, you can climb up here, and the death note is going to be on top of this barrel next to this corpse. And just a little bit left to this is also going to be another upgrade. So after you grab that, just turn to your left and look at the table. And it is right here on top of this crate. So make sure you grab that before you leave this area. Alright, we're heading into the middle area of the map, sort of. A little bit south and a little bit to the east. So there's this area, if you see where I'm at, and you can see all these boats around here. You'll be going through this doorway. It's a little bit of a path, and it's another little spider nest as well, as you can kind of see that spider up there running. So you're going to have to climb up the ladder. This door is broken, locked, whatever have you. So you're going to climb up the ladder. Once you climb the ladder, you're going to be jumping down into another little cargo room section of the boat. Make sure you turn your flashlight on because it is dark in here and there are spiders, so keep that in mind. Just rush up the stairs, head to this back little area where you can see the light, and there's another ladder. Just go ahead and climb up the ladder. Let's head on through the doorway, make a left, or a right, excuse me, apparently a right. Follow the path around. You'll be going up some more set of stairs, and you'll find a guy up here in the room, and the diary is just here to the left of him on top of this box. Alright, now, I saved this part because you can't come to this area until you get to this mission with the mirror. So once you get this mission with the mirror, you have a couple collectibles here as well. So once you get into this area where you can slide down these rocks, there's a collectible right above your head. So just end up following this little pathway right here to the left, up and around. Just keep on circling around to the top here, and it's right up here on top on this little box. Now, another postcard, you can take the ladder down, or you can just go back the way you came. There's a couple options here. Just go ahead and head back down. Just kind of follow where you're supposed to go and make a left turn here. You'll see part of it looks like a vehicle that's hauled out. There's a trap there, just cans, don't worry about that. Just head on in here. There's a postcard right here on the door frame once you turn around. Alright, moving on a little bit further into the mission here, in the campaign as well. You can see my objective changed. I'm heading over here to the east hand side of the map. There's also a little group of enemies here. I already taken them out. There's a collectible once you come into this little camp. Once you go to this ladder over here, climb up it, and look to your right and down. It is on top of this wooden crate. Same area, just a little bit further down. Like down the hill. I mean down the hill because it's kind of like a hill up there. So as I came down here by this boat again. So you'll be going through another boat, which takes a little bit of time to get through it. And there is a lot of enemies here, so keep that in mind as well. Even a Gatling guy. So you're going to have quite a fight here. I've already taken them all out for you. So just follow the path I'm doing here, up and around and all this stuff. It's kind of confusing. I even confused myself here, went the wrong way. The proper path, once you get up that stairs, is just turn around. There's another little set of stairs and a doorway to go through. And a little set of stairs and another doorway. And you can just head straight as far as you can. Make sure you turn right. Then make sure you just turn left. Head on down. Either to the right and around, or follow this little catwalk here. But you need to get to this back room here. Once you get in this little back room, you just keep following this path here. This is the room I'm talking about, this back room with the Gatling guy. There's multiple ways to get up here. Just follow these stairs up here. Head on to this room where you see these two banners on the wall. Turn around, face the wall, you'll see a postcard. Also, after you grab that postcard, there'll also be a diary to your left, so make sure after you grab that postcard, you look to your left, and on the table, there's also a diary. Now, I recommend grabbing this before heading on down south, because you cannot go down there and get to this afterwards. I mean, you can, but you'll be jumping down a nice little cliff, as you can see to my right here, and dying. So make sure you grab this before heading on any further into the game. I ended up grabbing the other one first, the other upgrade, and then this one, so this is where I'm going to get my achievement, but I recommend you grab this one first, save some time. And for some odd reason, there's the Baron over there sitting, sulking in the shade. Very, very odd. So go ahead and grab that, and that will be your second to last upgrade. Now just down a little bit south, up this hill, you'll be coming to this kind of like this little base. You have this little shed, I don't know what you want to call it, little hangar thing over here. This is where you're going to get postcard 14, so let's come on ahead in here. All the way into the back. It's kind of hard to see, so you got to go all the way to the back here on these crates and all these things on these shelves. It is right to my right. I'm just not looking far enough over, and it is kind of hard to see, and I was not, obviously not looking very well. It is right there in that box. See it now? Right there. So make sure you grab that. It is, like I said, hard to see, so make sure you look around in the boxes to the right in the back of that room. Now we're going to get the night vision amplifier. So just go ahead and exit this little hangar. Once you leave the hangar, there's a building to your right. Now you'll be having some mutants being attacking you in here as well. I've already taken them all out again. So head on through here. This is a little bit of a confusing maze as well. I apologize for I get kind of lost in here for a second. But you're going to need to find the set of stairs and head up. I went and passed it. It's kind of a pain in the ass just to even figure this room out, this whole little layout. So climb up these, which is not really a set of stairs, it's rubble. So climb up this rubble, it's collapsed. And then you'll be finding a set of stairs, which I just could not seem to find. It is to that behind me. I went the wrong way again. Like I said, this whole area is just, it was really confusing and annoying, I thought. It took me off for a second, even though I just was in here previously to find where everything was at and to come back through it to find it even easier, but still ended up getting lost to find these set of stairs. So I apologize for that, to throw you off, and I didn't mean to do that. It is back here in this room, which is like almost right away when you come up that little pile of rubble. I just was going too far into the area itself. So once you follow these stairs all the way up, and I mean all the way up, you will see a door. Let's go ahead and enter. And your night vision amplifier is right there on the table, or should I say on the chair. Now that is the end of Caspian. We're going to be heading back to the train one more time, or several more times I should say. You can't say one more time, but for one collectible. So make sure you go ahead and grab this note. Once you leave your room again, head to the right. Head to your new train car you got with the fuel on it. Head on all the way to the back. Turn around, look at this workstation, and it is right there, next to the tape recorder, or some stoplight things like, I'm not even sure what that was. Alright, we're heading on to Taiga. First collectible here is postcard number 15. This is where you grab your crossbow on the statue. Make sure you head on over to this building to your right hand side. Turn your light on. If you can't see, it is back here on top of this bookshelf thing. So make sure you grab that before leaving this area. Right, so this is one that's going to spawn for you, right? So as soon as you come through this doorway, you're going to hear it. This guy will shoot an arrow right there, and he'll be right there stuck into the post. So make sure you grab that before walking on. Alright, a little bit further on here. This is a pretty linear level, so I'm going to be doing these in order as you progress through the mission, basically. So you'll be coming to this little church area. Make sure you head inside here, grab that, it's a little schoolhouse church, and make sure you follow this bridge and head on down to the left. There's some guys up there that'll talk to you for a second. Let's head on down to this left path, up through this fence inside this building, all the way to the back, straight, and right here on the end of the bookshelf is another postcard. Now, for these next collectibles, what I did was I ended up just making a quick save here beforehand and going into the camp and just killing everybody and getting my crossbow achievement, and then grabbing the collectibles and then reloading it, and the collectibles will still be in your inventory. Trust me, it works. You don't have to worry about losing collectibles. If you grab them and restart or die for any reason, they are still saved. So head on to this building to the right here as soon as you come across this little gap, and follow the room into the right over here in the back and around the table. The other one is where you're going to be progressing to get to the mission point. You could either go to the left the stairs or head on over here to the right in this ladder. Either way, you'll be climbing on top of this tower, so you can zipline down to your next area. Once you get on top here, just head on inside here. There's a set of stairs to follow. So just go ahead and follow this to the top. Once you get to the top, just look down on top of this box, and there's another diary. Now, like I said, if you're going to get caught doing that, just go ahead and reload, and you'll have those diaries and collectibles. So after you zipline down, right there is where you come from, you'll be progressing forward a little bit. Just go ahead and head to your left. You'll see like a treehouse thing with like a little bridge on it. So make sure you climb up this. There's a couple over here associated with this area. So I'm going to go ahead and climb up this treehouse ladder. Once you reach the top, just go ahead and look to your right on top of this table here. It is on the second shelf, so it's kind of hard to see, so make sure you grab that. Alright, we'll be moving on to the next log. I took a little minute here just to figure out where I'm going. So just follow this path here along this little bridge, and you'll come to a zip line, right? Once you get the zip line, go ahead and obviously use it. Once you use it, there will be a guy here, and you do not have to worry about being caught if you're trying to go for the other achievements for not being caught, or killing anybody for that matter, for the extra achievements for Forest Child and Alyosha. I thought I'd just mention that in here for people who may be trying to do all at once, because I know I got my collectibles through this mission while being stealthily and not killing or attacking or hurting anyone or being caught. So I also have a separate video guide for that, who people who want to see my path on that as well. So just head on up here. Like I said, I don't know at the time if I can be caught by him or not. It is gonna happen regardless whether you know where you're walking, what you're doing. There's gonna be like a twig snap, and he's gonna see you. So don't worry about that. Head on inside his hut and look to the left on top of his bed, and there is the diary. Now a little bit further down the path, more or less like you can see where I was at beforehand, and I'm gonna head on down to this area by the water now, which is down a little bit further south of the map. There's a little hut here. And I made a quick save because there's some guys out here. I didn't know their pattern at the time. But you're not going to need to worry about them. But you can if you want to make a quick save. But these guys down there to my right, they're not even going to come up here. Just go ahead and sneak into this hut over here. And it's right there on top of the box in front of you. Alright, moving just a little bit more north, there's also a cave. So once you reach the little further path of the north here, you're going to see this cave over here to the left hand side by these rocks. Also, there's some wolves here, so be careful for them. You'll see the glow by the cave entrance, so that's your kind of your call sign to see where it's at. Just head on all the way to the back. On top of the table is another diary. Alright, I'm progressing a little bit further north yet. Still progressing to my objective. This is after you get caught, which is also mandatory part of the storyline. You can't avoid that. You get caught in a net. And after being released and you're free, you become this area. These guys, go back and check it out, see what happened. You make your way to the left hand side over here, and there's going to be this building. Now I kind of took the long way around it. Just go ahead if you want to head to the right of that fence instead of the left. Thought the left side was shorter, but I didn't know what I was doing, so either way it works. Trying to be really stealthy because I didn't know where the enemies were. Like I said, if you could have headed to the right side of that fence and headed into this building, it might have been a little bit quicker. Once you head into this building in the back here, turn on your light, you should be able to see the diary here on the wall. It's kind of like on top of this little ledge. Alright, it's just a little bit further north of that where I was at, or west, kind of west, and to progress the story is this area can be a little bit tricky. The doorway is also rigged with the bombs. Keep that in mind, so don't walk through that. Once you come to this area, you see where I'm at. I kind of dropped down and to the right is where I came from. I dropped down to the right and then head straight into this little shack. And on top of the table is your next diary. Alright, after you get out of that area, further north, you'll zipline down there. You'll come to another little rock area with some water. And you also come up to this path of the cave in it. So let's go ahead, follow the path up. Make sure you turn right into here into the cave. There is a diary right here on top of this box. There's a letter, whatever you want to call them, since they all are considered diary pages. And then you're just going to head into the back of the cave for the next collectible. So all you got to do is just follow the straight path. There's no traps, so you can run. There's no need to be quiet here. There's no one near you, so only thing that's going to be near you is this dead body dropping in front of you. As you can clearly see, there's nothing there. Turn it back on. Poof. Dead body. It's kind of funny. He's still squirming. So head past that guy. Your collectible is not on that body, but the next one. Head on up through here just a little bit further, and there is your next collectible. Alright, we are nearing the church here pretty soon. We're going to get postcard 17 before we do so. This open little area next to this bus and this house. Now this is where I show you for sure that it works, that you can make a quick save and then load it with the collectible. So I made a quick save there. I ended up going inside this hut. It takes me a little bit longer than normal to actually go through it, considering that I was trying to not get caught and find a way to show you that you can grab it, but it's just I didn't see a way with these guys just sitting right there in the same room next to me, or should I say next to the collectible, excuse me. I couldn't find a way, so I just decided to say screw it and run in there and grab it and then reload my game, and I still had it, so I was good to go. So if you just feel like this collectible is not doable with being stealthy and wasting much time, just go ahead and rush in here and just go ahead and grab it like I do. So when you come into this room where these guys are searching around, it is right here on the wall to the left of them by the door frame. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab that, and then I'm going to show you that I reloaded my game. And I showed you that it's still there, so we're good to go. Moving on to the next diary, we are moving past that area where we were down this hill. And once you come down this hill to the right, if you end up saving this guy earlier at the beginning of the game, he'll be down here as well. So just follow this path to the right by the beach, and you'll find a collectible on the table next to him. Now we are moving on to back to the other path to the left before where we took that by the house and ended up going down the hill. This is the other path to where you're supposed to go, to the church. There's a note right in front of this guy, right in front of this gate. Here, I'm going to show you the map in a second. I almost tended to forget that I was forgetting to show the map. So this is right before you enter the church, so grab that before you go in there. Alright, so this is after you fight the bear, and a little scene there. You're going to come down that ladder, and you're going to be going down this mountainside here. So I'm going to show you the path to where to get the next collectible. So once you come down this ladder, you'll be coming down this path. I try to rush it as fast as I could to show you where the collectible was at, but try to at the same time show you, the path to it from where you came from. So you'll be going down the mountainside over here. You reach this area, what looks like kind of like a gazebo. So you go into the gazebo, and it's right there on top of that sack. Alright, now this one is a bit tricky as well. To get this one, I ended up just getting caught, and I ended up grabbing it and reloading as well. So further north, we come to this area. This is we're going to take a boat to sneak through here to get away. Collectibles in here on top of this table. I ended up being kind of panicky because I didn't know exactly if I was going to die or not. So it was on top of that table right there. The switch is going to be above you and to the left as we progress to the mission. Now after you leave that area, you'll be coming to this segment where you got to turn the power on to get this elevator working. And once you get the elevator working, you'll come up this and you'll enter this room with the captain for another achievement as well. So make sure you look to the right and up. It's the upper leftmost picture, you want to call it, since I'm trying to tell you what they all are here. The postcard's right here to the upper left here. I tended to not see it because I was like looking around everything else, and I was kind of like, well, what the heck? Why are all these postcards here? Kind of threw me off. Anyway, it is right here. Look up, like where I'm looking at now. Just look straight up. And we will be moving on to the next collectible. Almost done, guys. We don't got a whole lot left for the game. All we got left is one more main mission, and that is it. Obviously, one more little train segment, and that is it. So, once you leave that area, you'll be going kind of in this little other underground area with some more spiders. And once you turn the power on to this door, you gotta give this generator some gas first to give it some power. So once you turn that on and open up the door, there will be a collectible on the dead guy right in front of you. So keep that in mind before you walk over it and not pay attention to it. Alright, so after you exit that area and come back to the surface again, you'll come down to the final area before you finish the level by house 34 at the end of the road here. Make sure you come inside this building to grab that diary, and you look left into this doorway here and turn around, and there's also another postcard. Now that is it for tag level. We'll be moving on to autumn on the train. So once you get to this segment where you have a big meeting and it ends, before you go to the map again, make sure you turn around and enter the next train car. Now this is another collectible I ended up not showing because I thought I was recording and forgot to actually record it, but I didn't grab it, I assure you, and it is there. I also assure you. Just fall all the way down to your workbench, and it's right here on top of this tabletop right here, right next to your workstation. Alright, we are moving on to the last mission of the game. We are on to Dead City. Now I'm going to show you the map, even though it's kind of irrelevant at points, because it's a pretty linear map. You're not going to really miss too much. Just kind of follow what I'm doing here as best you can. First off, you get postcard 20. You'll come down these stairs. You just turn around and look next to these lockers. It'll be right here on top of this little podium. Moving on just a little bit further ahead of that, like I said, you can't really tell I'm moving through the map, but I am. A little bit further, you'll come up this little hill with Miller, and he'll be talking about these poor bastards over here, and how that, you know, the war and all this crap, and they all died, yada yada. You grab this diary on top of this table up here. So make sure you come up that little side of that mountain there, little path, and top of the table. Later on, you'll come to this escalator part. Make sure you just obviously follow the top of the escalators. This is where you're going to be going to progress the mission. Look to your left, there'll be a door. Enter that and just follow all the way back into the last room. So skip that room, enter this room here, look to your left, and there's not the table before you go to that big door behind you to your right there. Alright, still advancing through the map. A little further north, you'll come down this area. This is required, you won't miss this area, but once you enter this room, there's a postcard right here on top of this podium, this little pillar. Make sure you grab that before you tell them that you're ready to go. Look to your right as well before you do that, and on the board over here is another diary page, so make sure you grab that before you end up talking to them and telling you ready to go. Alright, moving on to the next area. You will come out here after talking to them and come up these stairs and follow around to this path, head on inside here, circle to the right, all the way in the back inside the train car. Look to your left, and on top of this little booth here next to this body is another diary page. Now that's right after you talk to them and tell them they're ready to go. Alright, you see where I'm at now. We actually moved a little bit further now. This is where you take a boat. So you take this boat and you'll see this little optional room over here. Make sure you hop off the boat and go into this optional room. You'll have some leeches in here to take care of, so make sure you be careful for them. You'll be following this path all around here. So follow this path to the left. Just keep making the lefts. Now you'll be going to this room, to squeeze through this room. Once you do, you'll hop through this hole in the wall. You have a gun in here as well as your diary page on the table, so make sure you look to your left once you get into this room and grab that diary page. You're almost done, guys. Almost done. Alright, so now you can see we made some significant distance into the mission campaign here. So once you reach these snowier areas, you'll come up the escalators again and to this right hand side here and turn right. You'll see this room to the left, right here. So make sure you enter this room and grab that diary page on top of that TV. Alright, only got a couple more left, so this one is just a little bit further yet ahead. You'll be coming outside on the open. You'll hop down this hole and make sure you make a left. Don't go that way. That's where you're supposed to go. Make sure you turn left. Follow the path all the way down. Next to the dead body is also another diary page. Alright, we've only got one more left, guys, so I hope you guys appreciate this video. It took me a long time to make it, so I hope you guys like this and subscribe and help me out here, because this took me a long time to make this for you guys, so I hope that helped you guys out. I hope you guys got your achievements all in order and everything worked out great for you guys. Make sure, like I said, like and subscribe to my video to help me out, support me, and I'll be making more video guides to this game as soon as I can, so stay tuned for that. The last one here is after you do this little cutscene here with this thing that's on, you'll hop down through these holes. Now, this can be done and avoid right away. See, there's nothing there, so just run past the blind one. Just go down to the right path. I lolled that guy and didn't know what I was doing here, and I was kind of seeing him come from a distance, and I was trying to be stealthy the whole mission to avoid it, to get that achievement, and just to do it the stealth way. If you do it fast enough, he won't be there. So just go ahead and head down that path to the right. I tried to throw cans to distract him. It seems like it did briefly, but not enough to even get by him, so I ended up kind of taking more time than I thought I would for this video segment. But yeah, other than that, I hope this guys helped you out. So I would say thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video guide. So all you got to do, though, is just follow this path down here that I'm sneaking by, who he's rampaging around. Go through the doorway. Follow the stairs down. Go through the door, and it's right there in front of you on top of the table. Alright, that should do it, guys. Thanks for watching. I will catch you later.